Hey parents, so did you know that your heart rate syncs with your baby's heart rate? So your heart rate will actually start to match with your baby. So where does that take us? How does that help? How does that help you with your baby if they're upset? So this is from a study, a bit of research that I read. So I try to bring mostly that to you. So we've got a nice science background to it, and then tweak it with things that I see in the clinic. So this study showed that a mum and baby's heart rate became in more sync from visual. So it was just looking. So they weren't touching. So they were looking, and then there was kind of affection speaking. And that calmed the baby's heart rate, matched it to the mum's. So that's without even touching. So if you want to throw everything in, then of course you're holding your baby, you're cuddling your baby, you're skin to skin, you're stroking, they can see you, and you're shushing and saying sweet things to them. And that syncs your heart rate. Okay, so that's a good thing if your heart rate is nice and relaxed, because then you can relax your baby too. I bet, so this study doesn't show this, but I bet you can sync your baby's heart rate to being faster, to being stressed. So if you're holding them and you're stressed, you're jiggling them a bit faster than you would, and you're a bit more tense. Can you imagine being held by someone who's a bit tense? You'd feel a bit worried as well. So the lesson from this is that you can match your baby either way. So I've done lots of videos on this. So if your baby's screaming and kicking off with colic, it's nice for you to be able to do that, but that's pretty hard. The mums I see when they come in and this is happening in here, the mums starts basically sweating it up because the baby's stressing them out. I then take the baby sometimes, and then and the baby stops crying, and it's nothing magical. It's just that I'm more chilled because it's not my baby. So can you use this to your advantage? Like if they're kicking off right then and there, I get that would be hard to kind of go into some meditative state with your baby, but can you get better at being relaxed yourself the whole time? Can you take 5 minutes a couple of times a day to stay chilled out, to do a bit of meditation, do a bit of breathing, to relax? When your baby's asleep, just sit there and look at your baby and just take that little bit of time for yourself, because then you're bringing yourself just calmer down generally, and you're almost practicing being calm in between times. So it's really nice to think that you are a way of accessing the health of your baby, which is just incredible. So obviously the foods you eat will pass to your baby for the through breast milk if you're breastfeeding. The foods you ate when you were pregnant, before you got pregnant, they influence your baby. And now your baby's out, how you feel influences your baby as well. So think you've got this baby who's now sort of outside you, and they're kicking off and they're crying. It's amazing to think that get back to yourself and right, what can I do for myself, which will then rub off and influence your baby. I mean, you've got way more control over yourself, going to bed, sleeping better, relaxing, eating well, eating regularly to keep your blood sugar. This is all in that colic solution online. There's a section on foods and eating and looking after your own health. It's a big section because I love it. I actually probably don't do enough videos on it. But think how by accessing yourself, looking after yourself, you can influence your baby. You can do that. I think that's really sort of exciting and interesting, rather than thinking, here's the baby and they're crying, what do I do with them? So of course we look after the baby, we look after mum as well. So this heart syncing thing just opens up so many different things. But you've got to sync them to your relaxed heart. So let's hope you can do that. Again, things like meditation, deep breathing, stuff like that, eating well, getting as much sleep as you can. They will all help you feel better. And honestly, if you feel better, your baby will actually relax. Because if you bring the heart rate down, you're changing the nervous system. You know, the heart is run by the nervous system. And remember, the nervous system can be buzzy in these babies, like the video I just did before, with the science showing the nervous system's buzzy. So if you can bring the heart down, you're bringing the whole baby's nervous system down and calm. So always think of you and your baby as one, as this unit together, and how you feel, they feel. I hope this helps. I hope it makes sense. And please like all my pages, leave some comments, share with other mums, spread the word, and I'll help you out if I can. Thank you.